Welcome to the Miami International Autodrome, home of the Miami Grand Prix. This exciting track circumnavigates the Hard Rock Stadium, home to the NFL outfit, the Miami Dolphins. Well, it's certainly not sunny here in the Sunshine State. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 19 corners and 3.36 miles of track around Hard Rock Stadium. These conditions should prove especially difficult for our drivers today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And the smooth operator, Carlos Sainz, completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Sergio Perez, and Hamilton, Bottas, Ocon, Magnussen, and Yuki Tsunoda. Fernando Alonso, he'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Gasly, Daniel Ricciardo, and Vettel. Stroll, Joe, Mick Schumacher, the owner-driver, Teo Porcher, Norris, they've taken a grid penalty. Albon and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are three big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature, and visibility. And judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
Right then, the formation lap has started, and I must say the weather conditions aren't the best today for visibility and grip. As each driver performs this lap, they'll be wanting to settle in and concentrate, as this race in these conditions will require a lot of focus. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring their planned strategies are all in place.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Asif Clay here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're back playing some more F1 2022. Today we have the Miami Grand Prix. So without further ado, let's go on with this. 5 red lights. And away we go for the Miami Grand Prix in the Miami Gardens. Beautiful track. It was really fun in qualifying. We qualified in bad place, but a good start from us leads us into dive bombing Sebastian Vettel, I believe that is behind us, and Daniel Ricciardo, who I chose as my rival for the season, I guess. Yeah, season. So for the past 2 races, right, Australia and Imola, nothing fun happened. So I decided, why not scrap those 2 races altogether? There was nothing. I just stood in the same position as I was, like in the first place. So nothing much to see, no fighting, no nothing. I was just running a race by myself near the back of the field. But here with rain, there might be some changes. As we are on Tsunoda, let us see. You can see he's catching up very fast to us, and you can see our car squabbling a bit on the road. You can see how unstable it is. We need a few upgrades on it, that's for sure. We're working on it. The departments can't really make upgrades that fast. We hear Vettel contact with Tsunoda, and we can see that, yep, he did make contact. Now continuing on from Vettel, we can see us from the front, and as we go through, as Tsunoda and Vettel goes through following us, we can see that we made a move on Pierre Gasly. Dove off the inside as Tsunoda loses a bit of his traction and slips. Now following us, we can see we move on to lap 3 following Sebastian Vettel, who is closely behind us right now. As we are done with the final corner, he gets on the throttle too fast, loses all his traction and slips. That must change a lot of things actually for him. Lap 4, we shall be following Teo Porcher, our teammate, behind Mick Schumacher. As he's following, and we can see Mick Schumacher makes a mistake, which lets 3 other cars pass Mick Schumacher. Yeah, 3 cars past Mick Schumacher. That was huge. Now, on to lap 8, we can see one of the AlphaTauris. I believe that is Yuki Tsunoda in front of us. He just overtook us, and now we will dive down his inside, trying to regain the position. We can see from our back, Daniel Ricciardo is closing in at God's speed as we are forced a bit wide. because of how this car handles. I can't really make any sudden move, but a sudden move I will make is dive bomb both of them down the inside and regain both of those positions. Fair and square, I guess. Not so sure about that though. Now, lap 9 following Jogan Yu, we can see we are racing one of the AlphaTauris, and the AlphaTauri was a bit wide, and Guan Yu Zhou runs right into the back of him, DNFing himself. That will definitely be a safety car. Lap 13, safety car is supposed to come in this lap. Let's see if we can make up any position and go into points paying positions, you know. Also, 2 racers DNF'd in the safety car, that being Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. And we do make up a position, I think. It was inside. Yeah, we do make up a position, I believe. Or is that not? I am not really sure about that. Uncertainty. But we have Kevin right in front of us. It seems like those in front are having a battle as the as the AlphaTauri dives in front of us and we defend ourselves. Now they're going so slow that we might be able to make up a position on all of them. Let's see what happens. They're going very slow as we dive up on the inside. Cheeky dive bomb. Bit of contact, no damage for the both of us, so that should be fine right now for us. And it seems like another car has the damage. Now, lap 21, right, and we can see we're racing Lewis Hamilton, who is behind us because the front runner has made some terrible pit stops. Right, and this is good. Close to close racing, very clean. I know I can't beat him right here, so I let him go. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You forfeit your position at such a track like this. But I think nothing interesting happened before this, and we should be sailing to home, no problem at all. Lap 29, and it seems like your race winner is Carlos Sainz. We have Norris, Albon all coming up behind us. Right, we make back so many positions. We're P5 and our teammate, I believe, is P7 or P8. Yes, P8 actually. Our teammate is behind Albon, so that's P8. And our engine is really damaged, so I'm really glad we made it through without any issues at all. So yeah.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Here we are then, a phenomenal Miami Grand Prix. What a great show of skill from our race winners today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Rain always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit, familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. So let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I'm going to give it to the owner-driver today. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari continued to extend the gap at the top of the table. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. See ya!